Hello Leo, welcome to your love reading. If you're new, welcome. Hope you enjoy the reading. I've already shuffled and laid out the cards. Some of them are following the life reading, which is I've already done. So if you want to go back and watch that, the timestamp is down below. But otherwise, this is for you and your person, your significant other, your special someone. Whether you're only just starting out now, whether you've been together for a while, just take it as it resonates for your particular situation. Okay, so we've got, it looks like there's a conflict that has arisen here. You've got opposition coming in. So there's some sort of conflict, whether it's coming from externally or it's between the two of you. Now, this is actually some kind of like a test. This is a test for you. But it really is about something that's risen up to be made conscious, to be seen, to be acknowledged, you know. And I feel it may have come from your person because they've got Pluto. So something may have been said or brought up, or something has risen up, and now you're kind of contemplating the situation. But what this is going to do is going to bring an opportunity for balance, okay? So you need to weigh up your side and their side and come to some sort of middle ground. And this involves interaction. It involves how you relate to each other, and you know, it all comes down to respect and give and take, and all of those things come into bringing a relationship into balance. You know, being supportive of each other. So I feel that there's a bit of a test on the, you know, on the cards on the desk at the moment, and that it's going to involve some sort of discipline. Now, it seems to be that it could be that I feel there's been a bit of lack of patience, or wanting something to occur, or wanting a specific outcome, and the timing's not right. Okay, it's not right at the moment. Yes, there will be change coming in, but what it is that you're pushing for, what you had hoped, you've got to have some trust and patience in this regard. You know, trust in the universe, and also hearing each other out. You know, hearing their opinion, your opinion, other people's opinion, because there is a possibility of like an inflated opinion as well, or judgment coming in here. So you need to look at it from that point of view. There could also be excessive worry about something, or fears rising up now which need to be addressed. So let's just see where we go with that. But basically, it's about discipline and being, you know, continuing on with what you need to do and carrying on with things as normal until you feel that, you know, the changes upon you now, you can move forward, or whatever is being proposed can be acted on. But just at the moment, there's some trust and faith required here. So we've got full moon in Sagittarius. The Sagittarius is coming up very strongly at the moment for quite a few of the signs. So, you know, and just before that, it will be in Scorpio, and your person is ruled by Pluto, which is Scorpio. So, you know, I feel there's connection here, and this is saying, look at the bigger picture. This is saying that, you know, you need to look at, you may be getting caught up in a whole lot of idealistic detail or minute things, and getting caught up in a whole lot of small things, instead of looking at the big picture, or seeing something that is, you know, you're not seeing the forest, you're just seeing the trees right now. So that's calling for some kind of more expansive look, more expansive view of the situation. You know, it's kind of getting a fuller picture. Full moon is always a result. It's always an outcome. So I feel that something is you're headed to that, or it has already come up. Something has been presented, and you need to look at the bigger picture at this point. It could also be that you need to take a little bit of an adventure, or go on a little trip somewhere, whether it's the two of you or one of you, whichever, just to have a change of scenery and a change of perspective, and get the perspective, you know. Get this long-term view, or this wider view of the situation, because I feel you may be so stuck in everything at the moment, or just busy with so many details or worries or concerns, that you're not actually, you know, you need to have a change of scenery or a change of environment, just to bring some freshness in, and pull yourself out of that situation. But it's a very expansive energy, and there's possibilities with that, you know. Expression, opportunity, luck even could be coming in. and there's some sort of opportunity that is going to come in for you. This is the divine door, and it says, trust the universe. Intuition has wandered and led you astray. The timing's not yours, but the universe at play. And it says, have faith and breathe. Okay, so I feel that's exactly, it's summing it up, exactly what you need to do. You will get to this fulfillment. Okay, you may be having issues around that right now, but I feel that you're on the path, and just go with what needs to be done, and let go of trying to rush things, or riding roughshod over other people and their opinions or their views or their feelings at this time. These things can happen in the heat of the moment, so just pull back and get yourself in a sort of a more centered state, and then I'm quite sure you will see what needs to be done. Your energy we've got here is Libra, the idealist. So you could have a very ideal or idealistic view of how things should be, and this is what you're aiming for, and so on. And there's nothing wrong with having aspirations, in that regard. But it could also be, on the other hand, you could also be quite indecisive about what needs to be done here. It could be that, Libra can be either one of those things. So just see what it comes in for you. But I feel that you have a very set view of how things, or how you want things to manifest, and the timing's not right, or there's some aspects that have yet to fall into place, and you've just got to be balanced and be in your be disciplined about what it is, and let go of judgment, and having a very set view that is almost impossible for somebody else to meet, because they've also got things that they are working from. You need to be working towards that harmonious quality, which is the Libra quality. But I feel some humility for the workings of the universe is required here, just to understand that this is a process and a journey, and that step by step you will get where you need to be. Now your person, for you, your divine door is this one here, and it's freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine sacred reason. So as I said, there's nothing wrong with dreaming about what it is you're aiming for, and working towards, and having all of those things, but it's the detail and the timing of it, and bringing things into balance with everybody, whoever's involved in this, bringing it all into to create a tapestry. I feel that is what it is, where the things are needing to be worked out. But there's nothing wrong with being in that dream state and imagining what it is that you want. But be more flexible as well, because there are some things that may need to be worked on here as you go along. Now, we've also got, for your person, they've got Pluto. So they are going through some sort of transformation or cycle shift. They could also be airing things which fears, or long-held painful things, or just an opinion, or some aspect may be rising up in them at this time. And, they may be going through a regeneration or a renewal of some kind as well. So they may be quite fixed in what it is they're doing, but they are transforming, and they're going through that. And there's going to be a fair bit of things that need to come out. They could be in quite an intense frame right now, but I feel that they will, they're just going through the process, They are, I feel, just airing a few fears at the moment. This could be fears attached to long-held situations, which could be family related, like programming, or it could be related to previous relationships, things that happened in their life, and they may be grappling with a few things because something has changed, or some aspect is coming in here, and they may just be seeing the threads of a previous situation which they'd never really dealt with, so that may be coming up at this time. But it's important to note for them, this is their divine door, a note on love. Seek different seasons and enter into the unknown. When love is the focus, foundation and goal, blessed is the body, mind and soul. So really love needs to be the focus here, no matter what, through any transformation or regeneration or renewal. If you focus on love and make that your foundation, then you won't be afraid. This person won't be afraid to move forward and go into new like unknown territory. I feel that's what the situation is here, because the Sagittarian energy is quite an adventurous energy. It's an explorative energy, and it may just be that something is requiring that of you. And Leo is a fixed sign, and your person may also be of a fixed nature or a fixed sign, and they don't like to change, you know, or a Leo energy doesn't like to change necessarily. So it could be that there just are a few fears which have arisen up in relation to that. Then we've got here change beckons. This was the bottom of the deck. So change beckons, the path is shifting, the road leads a new way. Do not be alarmed as change beckons today. So it seems like something has come in, something that is going to create expansion for you. But you have to come into balance about it. You have to get onto the same page with you and your person have to be on the same page. And there's going to be patience. There's going to be sort of discipline required here, and listening to all sides of the situation, and not to be rushing forward, okay, at this time. Fulfillment is coming in, I feel. Then we've got here the bottom of the astrology deck is Chiron healing. So as I said, I feel that you or your person, but I think it might be your person, is kind of reliving a little bit of trauma or releasing things from the past. As I said, it could be parental, it could be attached to some other situation in their life, or that is now occurring in the relationship. It could be past relationship things. Something has kind of risen up, and Chiron is often to do with things from the past that never got resolved properly, or your energy is trapped there. It could even be something that you went through earlier on, and if you've been together a long time, you know, and something can sometimes repeat again, and this can be an old wounding, whether it's an emotional wounding, or it can also sometimes be a physical wounding, like an old injury or something like that, and that can be flaring up, and it may require medical treatment or sort of an unexpected visit to a facility of some sort. But that often, you know, when you've got to go back to the original event to see what was going on around that original injury, and quite often there are feelings around that original injury which never got resolved, and those can sometimes flare up. But quite often it's an emotional wounding, and it could even be a repetitive thing that comes up every so often to be dealt with. And once this person or the two of you together sorts it out, goes through the healing process, does the forgiveness ritual, and lets go of that trauma or that fear and the self-doubt or any kind of sensitivity around things, just let go of that to move forward, then that a great healing will occur, and then those things shouldn't come back again. It's a kind of a cleansing, you know, but it requires a forgiveness rituals, releasing your energy or your person's energy from that original event, and making amends, finding healing, going through the healing process. It's a personal development thing. But it's also, you know, wisdom through pain quite often is what Chiron is about. So I feel there's healing that is required here. Something needs to be healed so that you can move on. We've also got bottom of the moonology is nothing will come of this situation, void of course moon. So void of course is normally a delay or some sort of, it's usually a period of introspection, or non-movement or non-action. So you carry on with your normal routines, but you don't initiate or make big moves in a direction just yet. So it's like a delay, or things are on hold. In some cases, it means that, you know, you've just got to sit tight and wait for the things to change. It could also be that something that one or either of you is worrying about may actually not come to pass. Nothing will come of the situation. So some energy is being put into a worry or a concern, and nothing will come of it. Okay. The other aspect of void of course moon is that it can be related to a situation has arisen, and you may have been distracted and missed it, or you've missed an opportunity of some sort, and now you want to dive in to fix or go after it or change it or make it better. But you can't at the moment. There's a delay. And you've just got to wait for the timing to come in again. When the void of course moon happens, the moon is between signs. It's in the shadow period. So things are not what they seem. Okay. Things are not what they seem. Just come back to that. You've got to wait for the timing to shift, and then you can move forward again. So have trust and faith in the universe. Do the healing. Go through the internal work. Rest. recover, dream, plan, do all of those sorts of things, and get over whatever has occurred here and wait for the timing to shift, and then you can move forward. Okay, Leo, I hope you enjoyed that. Please take care. Don't forget to like and share or like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.